Now I can't even explain to you guys how hot it is, or it's been lately. Ever since I installed AC in California, and if you haven't seen that video, top right of the screen, go check it out. It's roughly 9,000 views. You guys, this stuff is already frosty. I got other videos that I'm still editing from 2024 from California, all those adventures. It could be FPV, scuba diving. We're in Laguna Beach. You want a shore dive? So Malcolm over there. I have so many different niches in this channel, so if you guys are interested in checking any of those playlists out, go check them out and give every video you watch a like. And if you're not subscribed yet, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, but definitely think about subscribing and hitting that notification bell button. Are you ready to go to the park, Vevor? But today we're gonna go ahead and install the Orion XS 12 and 12 volt 50 amp DC to DC charger that's non-isolated, which also gives you Bluetooth. That way you can go ahead and track its progress as you drive. Looking to go ahead and buy one of these, there's a link in the description, which is my affiliate link. That way it helps me and my channel grow. Please like this video if you guys can do that for me, because it definitely helps the analytics and spreads these videos to other people that may have the interest in searching these videos or products that I go ahead and put on my channel. I gotta fill up the 2 tanks because I'm going scuba diving possibly tomorrow. All right, we're just pulling up to West Marine. Hopefully they have what we need. Got this twine in my van, and I'm gonna hook it to the bottom of my seat and run it underneath the van all the way back to where I'm gonna mount it, and then I'll know pretty much a good estimate of how much length of wire I need. 2015 Ford Transit's 266 inches, which is 22 feet from front bumper to rear bumper. Just to be safe, I'm gonna get 20 feet if they have it in stock. I want to show you guys where I'm going to go ahead and mount the Victron. I'm going to mount it right up there, right next to the solar charger, because I have no areas around here. And don't give me a hard time about the water lines going over the electrical. It's not my fault because I didn't build this, but I am redoing it. And maybe in the future I might go ahead and move the alternator charger down here or underneath the solar panel charger, because this inverter right here is going to be removed and that's going to be the replacement, which is staying where it's at. So I'm gonna give you guys an update, but definitely think about subscribing if you want to know and see what I do back here. All right, I got the unit and I got 4 small screws. It's gonna work perfectly. I'm gonna use this screwdriver to mount this one. Just like that. Mounted right next to the charger. Kill switch. My 2 batteries are right under there. So I picked up 21 feet of 4 gauge from West Marine, and I believe 4 feet, maybe 3 feet worth of ground black 4 gauge. But before we go ahead and run this underneath the vehicle, we're gonna go ahead and take this Chinese finger trap style loom and we're gonna go ahead and sheath that wire. All right, so what I'm gonna be doing is I have an existing hose right here going through the floor, which you guys can see right there, this gray looking thing, which has a positive negative wire going through it already. You can go ahead and do what I'm doing, take this Vaseline cocoa butter and coat the outer sheath of your 4 gauge wire and shove it through that hole like I'm gonna do, but everybody has their own setup. Okay, now you can see that I got the wire ran and I got enough that'll go up to that charger. Might give a little bit more slack. It's okay if I go ahead and cut some off, but we just need to make sure we can run it from here all the way to the front of the van at the driver's seat where my dual batteries are. All right, we got my zip ties. We got the roughly 16 feet worth of wire that we're gonna run underneath the van. the 2 batteries underneath my driver's seat. I'm thinking about going ahead and taking that out and getting a grommet from side Lowe's, or if I just drill another hole right underneath the battery area. That being said, I'm gonna go ahead and disassemble my seat off of my seat bracket, and we're gonna see where that hole leads. And if I have to, I'll take my 2 batteries out, drill a hole, grommet it, and then feed the positive through it. Now if you guys are interested in knowing how to replace your batteries, or even just take the seat apart and replace your batteries, I do have a YouTube short. I will link it in the description for you guys. And this is what it should look like when you remove your seat. All right, we got the battery box tray out, and that is what we're looking at right here, but I didn't realize there's another spot here where I can drill out. Now you can see I can shove that right through the hole. I gotta figure out a grommet situation. Alright, so I need a 9/16. Alright, so we're gonna go for this size grommet along with this size grommet. This one is 3x4 OD by 7/16 ID. This is a 13x16 OD and a 1/2 inch ID. I think that's all we have for sizes. 3/4 OD and 7/16 ID looks like it'll fit. Is it gonna fit around this? All right, it does. It's tight, but enough that I believe it'll work. This might, well, actually, oh, we are, dude, did we just get lucky? Oh, yes, we did. 3/4 OD by 7/16 ID. Now we can go ahead and feed it through the hole. There we go. We just pull it up. Now we gotta go ahead and drill that hole right there. Alright, in the Transit, I went ahead and I took off my electrical panel cover, and I have a CCP here. Has 3 60 amp fuses, but I only have 1 post. You can see back here I have a 60 amp fuse in the middle. This comes off like that. This one right here with the 60 amp fuse, assuming they're M6, maybe M4s. I also have the kill switch breaker. It's a 60 amp. I got it off of Amazon. Links are in the description. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bend this post a little bit, just like that, and then I'll help wrap around here to that. We got the breaker mounted. Pretty much what you see here is, besides the breaker, is what you're gonna get. That main strip right here connects up to here, and then goes this main strip. This is gonna be connected to here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the box in place. I got my grommet down there, and then I got the hole to the bucket. I also have it looped underneath the box, coming through that little cutout area. I'm gonna go ahead and make my marker line where I'm gonna go ahead and cut. And I got these at Lowe's also. I took a little heat and I bent them, even though I don't think I needed to, but I'm gonna go ahead and solder those things together and show you guys what it looks like after. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys the first one I've done. Now I'm gonna go ahead and finish the last 2. I just took a razor blade and I pushed that through just like that. It's helping give myself more space. Alright, I moved this out of the way, and I just kept on slicing back and forth, and now this sits nice and flush. I have everything hooked back up. Let's just double check with the keys. Alright, good, no check engine lights are on. I go ahead and put the seat back on to the base. Alright, now you can see pretty much how I did it. out the back of the bracket. I had to go ahead and cut a little bit of my plate, re-engage, disengage. We have the red power wire now going up behind and running alongside the other power wires that are eventually going to get replaced. That is the end. Go ahead and tuck it so I have enough spare wire. I'm gonna just go ahead and run my ground wire and my positive wire. That way I get power to the actually DC to DC charger, and I can go ahead and program it before I put the power wire going to this other breaker that I'm gonna be putting in line. All right, there we go, you guys. That's the 6-gauge ferrule connector. My plan is to put my soldering tip into the ferrule connector and add some solder. So I think this is cooled down and good enough that it won't go ahead and shrink my heat shrink. It's gonna go right over the edge, just like that. We got the ground, and I'm gonna go ahead and run it down to that negative bus bar. I decided to mount it right next to it. That way I can go ahead and loop it pretty much like an S shape to the top, and then at the bottom run alongside the inverter down to the positive bus bar. And there we go. We got the power wire with the ferrule connector on one end and the ring terminal on the other. The ferrule will go into the Orion XS out, and the ring terminal will go into the top of the breaker. Now we're gonna go ahead and hook up a ring terminal to the bottom of that breaker and bring it down to the positive bus bar. That's hooked up. We're gonna go ahead and make sure this is popped. We don't want to reset it because we don't want power going to the batteries right now. We're gonna download Victron Connect, let that download. And right here, we're gonna pay attention to those. I'm not exactly sure which one's gonna go ahead and turn on, but make sure your Bluetooth is on. So essentially what we want to do is put this back to power. We're gonna go to the back of the van. We do have a blue blinking light. There we go. We got a Victron. All right, so it's asking for a pin number, which is right on the side. Don't leave the app while update is in progress and stay close to the device. So we're gonna update. While that does its thing, notice there's a yellow and a green flashing, absorption and float. I'm assuming that's updating it right now. So we're at 52% right now. All right, we have a firmware update of V1.12. We're gonna continue. Now we can click on that. It's continuing. It says instant readout.
Enable Bluetooth instant readout on this product to see the most relevant values immediately on the device. You can do it later in the product info.
We're gonna do not ask again. I'm gonna enable now. Go up to this little gear at the top right. Charger. Input current 50 amps. Output current 50 amps. Battery settings. Now I cut out the video because of the fact that I needed to go ahead and resort to this video, so I'll leave this video link in the description below so you guys can follow it and be able to hook up your Orion XS properly. Alright, right now my breaker is open where I won't have power going to my batteries. Right now my output voltage is 4.4 volts. Input voltage is 12.9 volts. We're going to go ahead and start my vehicle. On the app it says absorption charge 14.1. Input output is 14.2. And now we're gonna go ahead and reset it. And now you can see that it is sitting current 38.8 amps, output Power is 521 watts. The input voltage is 13.5. Current 39.2 amps. Power 531. We're sitting at 225.15 amp hours, so it is going up. I did find out that my alternator is a smart alternator, so I set that in the settings of the Orion app.